Hello, this is Missy, and this is Missy Plays. Today, I'm going to work at the museum. This is the last bell, the Spirit Christmas, and the train station, and the museum is just right across the bridge from it. It is renovating today, so it's a big green building. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to get some codes and build some cliffs around this museum, because we're going to cover the museum up. So this is the outline of the area, and now I'm going to put in the cliffs that are going to be going around the museum. I got an extra piece over there for getting up and down. You have to leave one space between the museum and where your cliffs are so you can still access the building. Plus it won't let you put it in there. So once we get these cliffs all in, I did cover the hole where we're going to be getting into the museum, but that's because I'm going to need it to be able to put down the things up there, and we will terraform that out later. So this is the same road code that I've been using everywhere on the island, and I kind of want to just put it in here and show you this is how I do it. People do it different ways, and whatever works for the way your brain I do it, that's the best way for you. This is how I do it. I don't know if it's any faster or slower or what, but it's how I do it. Oops. So now I'm going to put going on this way, and then try to get this top part going. Well, first I'm going to do the middle, and I'm leaving some spaces in here because once again I really like a code that's got a couple of extra codes for the centers so that you can just add more texture, a little bit more visual interest. This one has some cracked stones, and it has some green mossy, but it's very slight. It's not super noticeable, but I think that it gives it a little more texture, some more depth to your road or walkway or path or whatever you're putting down. So I like using codes that have that. Now we're going to put this sidewalk area that once again we've been using everywhere, and we'll put it down around the bottom, and then up here on the top all of this is going to be decorated, but I'm going to cover it with this code because I don't want any of this snow peeking out as much as possible. I don't want it peeking out. So I want to cover this whole area with this same sidewalk code. Then one last area over here right next to the road. We'll come down, put a couple of rows of it, and then the final piece over here in the corner next to Becky. So now I had to run over to storage and get the pieces I needed out. I did pre-plan this because there was a lot of making customizations and stuff, and it just takes so much time to do that, and I did not want to have to put anybody through that. So a lot of this is pre-planned, so I don't have to do all these customizations. And I did not express this, I think, earlier, but this is going to be a gingerbread house, but of course it's a goth gingerbread house. And these panels, although they kind of look black now, this is actually extremely dark purple, the background is. And that's what I'm going to be putting down here. So this is my goth gingerbread house going in over the museum. So it almost looks like a mansion or something. This is a big gingerbread house. And we have another pillar here, and yet another Nova Star to go on top. And then behind these, just to give a little, and to make sure we're covering up the museum from the front, and to give it a little bit more visual interest, to keep it from looking flat, I'm going to add in these castle walls. And partially because the decorative pillar is in the way, and partially because, once again, some more depth, there's the two in the middle are further forward than the two on either side and the back. And I feel like that just gives the build a little bit more dimension. So I had to run back over into storage and get some more things out. And at first I was going to just put my stalls right there, but then I remembered I want to be able to put stuff on them. And because it's just the one single space with the river there, I needed to put it in out here and then push them back in there. So I've got these two stalls here, and I've got a light and a candle on it, and push it back in here so this right hand side is done. And now once again gotta go get some stuff. So I went and got some more stuff for the other side. So we'll start here at the bottom, and one of the first things I realized was in order to put the stalls on this top shelf, I needed to come in straight at it because of the way the buildings have to go, or not the buildings, but the stalls have to go in here and to be able to put the things on the shelves. So the first thing I'm putting here is the pillar, and I pushed it all the way against the castle wall and then pulled it back 2 spaces because that's going to be the space to be able to get into the museum. And then I start putting down the stalls, putting the candle and the lamp on there on that first one, and then doing it again with this one. And these codes are all in the description. Many of them I made, a lot of them are ones I borrowed, and the codes for everything, though, the maker codes, are in the description for them all. So now that I had to do that, I have to replace this code here at the bottom, because I want the stalls that are sitting down here to have that on the ground so that the white is not peeking out. And now I'm trying to take out that one, and I'm not quite. And there we go. Now we can get into our museum. And we have to put the sidewalk code back down here. And now we've got our little path to get into the museum. And it's coming along really well. So I just went and got more stuff. And I realized right here that I did not want the sidewalk type code, the purpley square ones. I wanted this to be the actual sidewalk going up to the ramp. So I'm making a little bit of adjustment right there before I start putting down my stalls and the items for it. I got the 2 stalls, same lamp, same candles. These are not going to be super able to be seen. Mostly you'll catch them like out of the corner of your eye almost when you're walking down the road next to here. So they're not super important, but they still add some more dimension and give something for the eye to see. Then the last candle and the 2 sides are done, so, and it's looking pretty good. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Tough. So the next thing I need to do is go get more stuff, because there's actually quite a few pieces to this build. And first we're going to put in the front of the gingerbread house here. And most of these coats are the same ones that are above, just in a slightly different order. The only ones that aren't are these candy canes going up, because I wanted them to almost appear like it was just a one pillar going all the way up. And then in the center here, instead of the one with the little candy canes, we just have the door with the little hearts. And then this side is just going to mirror the right hand side. So I got to get these put in. And that's the last of the customized stuff. It is always, it just takes so much more time when you have to customize panels and stuff to build something. But it's always worth the effort because they can look so amazing. So then I've got 2 more pillars to kind of cover these edges in the front. Plus they're going to give some more height. And then I'm putting the Nova lights on top because it's a light to kind of brighten the area, and it also helps draw your eye up to the building. And when we come back here, this is the completed building itself, and I think it turned out pretty well. Now it's mostly just decorating around the building that we need to do. I have these ornament things. I don't even remember for sure what they're called, but they're like strings of ornaments. And I'm putting them right here in the front. They'll add some light to the front of the building, and they add some more texture so that the building doesn't look quite so flat. I think that's one of the most important things when you are doing fake buildings, is you don't want them to look flat. And of course Becky is in the way. There's always seems like there's an animal in the way, right? And Becky is doing her best to be difficult. So I'm going to put these street lamps in here, and these two I want slightly forward from the one that I just put by Becky. And then this one here that I'm going to put in, I want it kind of lined up with the one on the other side of the museum. And I'm checking that now because I want them to be pretty lined up so they look like they're going right in a row. And I'm very pleased with how it's turning out. So now what I need to do, I'm going to run off, go to my storage shed, go get a tree, get some flowers so I can put this stuff in here, because this is the only small area left, and this is mostly just going to be flowers and bushes that you will see in here in a minute. I realized I forgot to get bushes, so this is me running off. Gotta go get a few bushes. And then we can put one bush down here, put another flower in, a second bush over here, and then I wanted to get a flower back there in that back corner behind the pillar, but of course everything's in the way, so I've got to pick it all back up. And then I can put my one tiny flower back here, and let's put the decorative pillar back down. And so now, oh shoot, that's the light. Okay, the decorative pillar, there we go. And put the Nova light back on top of it. And then now to put the light back down. Okay, perfect. Everything's lined up the way I want. There's Becky still helping us out. And let's change. And let's just do just a tiny tour because it's not a very big build. And you can see the whole museum here. It turned out pretty well. And that's your view from the side. When you're on the road, you get more of a view of the stuff on the stalls. And that is everything done over here. And I hope that y'all have enjoyed the video. I do know I enjoy making it for you. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.